class. Welcome back to Consumer Math 9.3 Part 3.
So what I found in working with students that I made a mistake. Instead of entering the monthly gross wage here under gross pay, I entered the annual gross wage. So when I did the calculation, it calculated 28,000 based on this being a monthly amount. So make sure that you calculated your gross pay as the monthly gross wage. When I redid that, my new amount was a net pay of $4,000 instead of $28,000 per month.
Today we are going to again talk more about budgeting and fill out our sheet a little more. As you see here, I have the split screen. So as you remember from yesterday, if you don't know how to do that on your computer, this is the tab for Chromebook. This is the tab for Mac. Ms. Hoffman gives us a short tutorial on how to split the screen so that we can take information from one side and type it into the other side. How to make a budget part 3. Today we'll continue our work on creating a budget. You're going to open your saved copy of the salary-based budget sheet we started yesterday. That's this one. The one that you shared with Ms. Hoffman and I as well. If you haven't, make sure you do. We're going to do step 5, savings. So you should always pay yourself first. This is going to help us obtain our goals. As you remember from our 50-30-20 plan, we should be putting approximately 20% away in savings or charitable giving. That's pretty steep to start out with. So you're going to have some choices of 5%, 10%, or 15% to start with. The way that you're going to calculate is if you chose the 5%, which is a low budget amount, but putting something away is better than nothing, you're going to take 5% of your net wages over here. So you are going to take 0.05 times this monthly amount. 10%, 0.1 times this amount. 15%, 0.15 times this amount. You're going to record that on line 6, right there. So you have filled out some amounts right here. Now we need to decide how much we are going to save per month towards retirement. Again, you're going to put that amount here. You need to calculate the monthly amount. Remember, there's 12 months in a year, so you're going to take the amount and divide it by 12. Next is we're trying to make this budget as realistic as possible, but not get too far into what kind of housing and researching housing yet. We'll save that for a different day. We've provided you 3 options. One is living at home. We're going to probably expect that after high school that there'll probably be some expenses for you by living at home if you choose that option. If you choose to live in an apartment by yourself, we've listed that at about $900. If you live with friends, it tends to be a little cheaper because you're sharing some of the items. So we've listed that there. So you're going to choose which one of those amounts to put under rent, and then we're going to move on. So renter's insurance, just really briefly, no matter where you live or where you rent, getting renter's insurance is probably a good idea. That would cover yourself if something caught on fire, if it was broken into. A lot of times it will also cover your car if it gets broken into. Whether what was stolen is worth the deductible or not is up to you, but I think that insurance piece is a minimal amount each month compared to what it might cost. Some places even might require that. But for this, we are going to require that as part of your cost of living expense to make it as realistic as possible.
All right, everybody. Who's sick of listening to Mr. Benson? It's time to take a break. Get up, go to the bathroom, get a drink of water, grab a snack, do 5 jumping jacks, and come back ready to learn some math.
The next step is utilities. Now remember, utilities include gas, water, garbage, electric. Now sometimes that's paid for through your rent, and sometimes it's not. We have some prices and amounts here. So if you choose to have cable, you're going to enter the cable amount. If you choose to have a mobile phone and a home phone like I have, in case I lose this thing, I like to call it, we have that here, and I get bad reception in my house. So after we've filled out our utilities and chosen our utilities, we're going to go on to the next slide, which is transportation. So in transportation, I need to scroll down here. Now, living where we do, we don't have a lot of options for public transportation. The bus comes by every so often, a couple times a day, but you do have access to taxis and Ubers, and if you're going to live in St. Paul, the train. You can always skateboard or ride or walk. If you're choosing that option, you're going to use this budget amount. If you choose to have a car, we have some different car options. So under transportation, we have, we have these car amounts, an $8,000 car, a $10,000 car, and so on. If you're choosing a car, you're going to put it over here. If you're choosing a car, you're also going to need to fuel that car. So we have gas. Now, Miss Hoffman drives about 25, 30 miles to work every day. And so if that's what you're thinking as far as commuting to work and getting around town, you're going to use this.
Your last step is to go back to Schoology and complete the exit ticket. Have a good day.